Hello, it's so good to see you again. I am Barbara, and together with my husband Daniel, I restored a historic sailing ship, Flying Coney. Last time we finished building our bed, and this time we continue the work in our aft cabin. We build a window, buy a couch, and even get some work done on our teak wheelhouse.
The main goal over the past few weeks has been to turn Flying Coney into a real home, without spending a fortune. We built our bed from simple construction wood, and most of the furniture are things we already had or bought second-hand on eBay for next to nothing. And today we are continuing with the home improvement. We are building a new window using reclaimed wood from Flying Coney herself. When we tore out the old interior, we saved everything we could. Since then, we've had a big pile of wood sitting in the hull, and today we are finally putting it to good use. The new window will sit right under the big hatch in the aft cabin. That hatch is great for letting in light, but it's just a thin piece of plastic in a metal frame. And in winter, it lets out a lot of heat and builds up condensation. By adding a second window underneath it, we will trap the warm air, reduce condensation, and make the cabin much more comfortable, especially when it's freezing outside. And luckily, we got some help from a woodworker and a sailor named Leo.
You already found something?
I think I can get something out of these. Hello, I'm Leo. I'm a carpenter and a sailor, and I'm on a mission to help Daniel and Barbara with restoring Flying Coney. I've worked in a couple of Dutch barges in my hometown, and I have my own boat, a small wooden Dutch barge, and I've also done some work on that one. I've done some work for Tres Hombres, a sailing cargo ship without an engine, and I've made belaying pins and dead eyes and some other stuff for them.
Okay, we have to turn it that way.
Today we are at the launch of the FWN Adriatic here at the Ferrous Smith shipyard in Leer, and it will be quite interesting to see a ship of this size, a newly built ship of this size, being launched for the first time, and I'm quite excited about it. I want to say a few words about what is a boat and what is a ship. Clearly the thing behind me, that's a ship or also a vessel, but is Flying Coney a ship or a boat? That depends on the definition, because there are multiple different definitions about what a boat is and what a ship is. And in some of this definition, Flying Coney is a ship, and in some of them it's more or less a boat. But Flying Coney is above 100 tons. That's twice as heavy as the next biggest boat refit project on YouTube. She has a hull of 24 meters, a beam of more than 6 meters, a draft of almost 3 meters. So she is definitely large in the means of a privately operated boat. Or, compared with this, it's a small ship. That's fine. So after we built a really comfortable and nice bed with a storage solution, we're going to make our aft cabin living situation even better by installing a couch. I know there is another YouTube channel called Sailing Uma and they say don't buy a couch, but we found the exception to this rule, and that is you just have to make sure that the boat is big enough so you can have both a couch and a boat.
Yeah! Yeah.
I think we have to buy a bigger boat.
Yes, wider one.
Yeah, it's too small.
Catamaran. It's easier without it.
It's easier without the instructions. Okay. But we need these parts.
Yes, that's the whole assembly,
Yes.
but that's the point.
I think it's about the orientation of the hull. I think that's what they are trying to tell us, yeah.
Okay. The whole must be
Sideways.
visible. Sideways.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. As much to this side as possible.
Why?
Then this one. And this one again.
It's still up on.
Easy. But they don't give you torque settings. Click, click. Click, click. And the reason why we decided to buy an IKEA couch is that the doors to the aft cabin are not that big. So buying a second-hand couch, maybe a Chesterfield couch, it would certainly look a little bit better and it would be more sustainable, but most of them can't be taken apart, so you have to get it through the door, and we don't have standard size doors, so we needed a couch that can be assembled in the aft cabin. And even though it's a big boat, it's a little bit tight, and I hope we will get it in place after we have assembled it. Will be a challenge.
How can I help you? Oh, but it's the next step.
The next
First
step.
you fasten it up there and then down there. Okay.
And it says we need 2 people. Only that one?
Yeah, but that would move as well. Get in.
I lift it. You stabilize it.
I have it.
You have.
Come in. So currently I'm working on refinishing the wheelhouse. One of the important steps of that is to, of course, sand everything and get it into a nice color again. And then also one important step is to repair this spot on the door. And the plan is to collect some sanding dust from the sanding process of the door and then mix that with epoxy to make a good filler for the spot. And then sand it flush with the rest of the door. And after that, varnish it.
So now that the couch is assembled, we will try to put it in place if it's possible without the cover being on top of it, because now it would be a little bit easier to take it apart if it doesn't fit into this corner. It is a tight fit.
Let's turn it around first, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You go over there.
In that direction.
I think it should fit. Now comes the tricky part.
Yes. Don't have to go all the way out.
No, just leave it here.
Yes.
It's perfect. So let's put it in place. I think that's the next step.
On.
Yeah. Yep. Done.
Then let's try it out.
Oh.
I have full confidence.
I like it. So how much did our aft cabin renovation actually cost? Surprisingly little. Most of what we used are things we've collected over the years. When we ripped out the old interior, we saved anything that looked remotely useful. So now we have a big pile of nice wood that we can reuse whenever we need it. The only lumber we had to buy was for the bed. Since most of it is hidden under the mattress and behind the cupboard, We went with cheap construction lumber. Luckily we found a local sawmill with great prices. We paid just 80 euros and still have some leftovers for future projects. The slated bed frames were second-hand from eBay, only 10 euros for both. We already had a mattress, so we reused that one. The beautiful cupboard and the carpet came from Daniel's grandfather's apartment. He passed away a few years ago and we brought them with us, thinking they would be a perfect fit on Flying Coney. Now we are finally using them and they give the aft cabin a really cozy touch. We are still looking for a few more pieces of furniture, but there's plenty available on eBay for next to nothing. So even if we have to buy more, it wouldn't break the bank. The chairs were already on board, but to be honest, I never really liked them. They just aren't comfortable. So we decided to get a couch. And that was the most expensive item in the whole cabin. We found one at IKEA that comes in pieces, which was perfect since the doors to our aft cabin are a bit narrow, so it was absolutely necessary to assemble the couch in the aft cabin itself. It cost 350 euros. And that's it. In total we only spent 440 euros to create this comfortable living space.
Next time we're entering a whole new and very exciting phase of the refit. We are finally starting the frame repairs. It's one of the biggest structural jobs in the entire refit, and a major step towards making Flying Coney seaworthy again. We've been working up to this for a long time, and now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get it done. We can't wait to take you along for this next big chapter.
And before we end this video, I want to take a moment to thank our supporters. Some of you have been with us from the very beginning, through the highs and lows, and your encouragement often helped us to take the next step. So a huge thank you to the names now appearing on the screen. We also want to thank everyone here in Leer who welcomed us so warmly, whether it was sharing a beer after a long day or gifting us some much needed tools. We truly appreciate it. And last but not least, thank you to everyone who takes a moment to like our videos, leave a comment and share our story. You are the reason this journey is worth sharing. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.